Start of the new school year for most students in LA is about a week and a half away, and the vision of the nonprofit Heart of Los Angeles is to make sure all students are able to realize their full potential. Joining us today is Tony Brown, the CEO of Heart of Los Angeles. And Mr. Brown, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate your time. So tell us about the goals of your charity and how do you achieve them?
Hi, Ellen. Thank you so much. At Heart of LA, our goal is to help as many young people ages 6 to 24 and their families overcome barriers, to success and provide, like you said, equitable access to quality after-school programs and opportunities for as many kids as possible. So outside of the school day, we're providing academic support with college and career prep, lots of music, orchestras, big bands, choir, visual arts, mental health, and family services to help over 3,100 young people to meet those essential needs so that they too can be ready for school, this year and quite honestly every year.
That sounds incredible. Well, tell us what some of the biggest barriers that you see that were caused by the pandemic.
Because of the pandemics, so many of the students that we serve are coming from neighborhoods with less resources, and they were absolutely stressed out navigating through everything from misinformation around vaccines, the various cumbersome enrollment processes, for services, and all of this while they were continuing to persist, through food and housing insecurity and even sufficient, as we know, digital access. So when I talk to a lot of our teens, for example, with many of them being the first generation students, applying for college and financial aid, they really needed mentors. They really needed that help. And so, those were probably the largest barriers, is just being separated from those that could help them, and as one young lady told me, she was so sad during the pandemic, the start of it anyways, because there was so much going on in the world and she just felt like she needed healthy, adult relationships to help her process all of this crazy stuff, right, that's been going on around her in the city and around the world. So, yeah, I think the biggest barrier is just really trying to stay connected.
Well, how do your kids connect with you? How do they find you?
Many of our kids live right here in the neighborhood. We're located on our central LA campus in one of the most densely populated areas in Los Angeles, just 10 minutes west of downtown LA near Wilshire. We're also now moving into South Central with programs and services. So a lot of it is word of mouth. Once kids come through the program and their parents see all of the different opportunities that we can support in terms of helping them achieve their dreams, the word of mouth spreads and they bring their, their cousins, their nephews, their uncles, their friends, their sisters, you name it. And we grow rather quickly.
What a great thing you're doing. Well, tell us some of the changes that you would like to see for the upcoming school year.
Well, as I've listened to students who attend a variety of our schools throughout LA, so many of them have asked for greater access to music and arts and more PE, more time to play, in addition to their lunchtime. It was really interesting. They want that time to communicate directly with one another. And when you think back to the pandemic, so much of it was you take a virtual class, and then when the class is over, people log off, right, and take a break. So you don't really have that time to build relationships. So creating the space with caring adults, creating the spaces to where they could actually get out and play, and having access to music, these are some of the things that we hear most. And when I think about our large school systems, they can't do it alone. No matter how much money you throw at those large systems, if we all want to support our students being ready to learn in school, and if we want to support their mental health and their youth wellness and achievement, it's going to take a village. So, right, with declining enrollment in our public schools, we've got an amazing array of agencies just like Heart of LA, doing this great work with high quality after school programs. So I think our districts would be wise to engage us all.
Yeah.
And then let's all ensure that we can make sure that our kids reach their full potential. And I know we can do it if we do it together.
Love your energy and enthusiasm. Tony Brown, CEO of Heart of Los Angeles. You certainly have a big heart and you're doing some wonderful things. Thanks so much for joining us.
Ellen, thank you so much for your support and love, and thank you, LA. Let's do this for our kids. It's back to school time.
Perfect. Thank you.
Oh,